y'all don't be knowing the half. When I say stuff like this, y'all get real offended. But this is nothing but cold, hard facts that your mammy didn't teach you.
Waking up out of nowhere, G. He waked up out of nowhere. Man, what the fuck the business is, man? Cold Hard Fast Podcast. I am the one, DNA. Like, nigga, who are you talking to? I wasn't here. His mama be in there like, well, that shit again. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I guess
hell, cut that shit out. y'all ever be doing something at the crib and then your mama or your daddy bust in the room and they just look at you like, what the fuck? They just stand out. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? I was playing the game once. I was yelling and shit. My mama came in there looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Like, man, look, the game pissing me off. Man, why are you yelling? Because the game pissing me. Why are you doing all that yelling? Calm down. I got my mom playing his first triple-double yesterday.
in the wreck or something? In the wreck or something? Or
no, hell no.
Oh,
nowhere near the wreck.
Man.
Definitely in my career.
Get that shit on.
I got y'all too here, players. Y'all too excited about that. The wreck is for niggas who locked in 4 walls in a room all for 3 months.
Ain't nobody. Okay. I guess, man.
The wreck. You know, niggas that play the wreck, niggas that play the wreck, they sit down when they piss,
That's big ass Cap. That's big Cap.
No. Actually, that ain't even directed towards him. I'm just talking shit. That man came at you heavy with that one. that ain't even really directed towards him, but it was just funny though, because this is like it all tied together. God damn. Excluding him, niggas that play the wreck. They're the type of niggas that, you know what I'm saying? They're the type of niggas that beat women. Like, they beat women. Them niggas so angry. They get real mad when they lose and then go beat their bitch up as retribution. I went to my cousin's crib while he was playing that shit, right, bro? That's some crazy shit. Bro, he had what's that? He took his headphones out, bro. He on his live shit or something like that, bro. You just see niggas so mad, bro. Drug dealers, scammers, and pimps all play under rec. Man, 20 minutes go by, he started playing the game, bro. His girl talking to him, she trying to get his attention. He not, fuck you, bitch. I ain't talking to you right now. I'm talking to the game. I'm dead. Don't call your ass out.
Damn. A little wild.
You want to know what that is? Them type of niggas, they like angry pit bulls that just don't know.
See, that's This is another reason why I like to record when y'all don't know I'm recording. Shit like that, bro. Then if I let you know I record, you wouldn't say shit like that. You just would.
I would have said that when I was recording tonight.
No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Because which reckless shit that come out my mouth, you really think I wouldn't say that? That one off in something. That definitely sounds some shit here, regardless. Niggas just don't know. Niggas be claiming they get so much pussy, but they be so angry. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you didn't get no pussy, invest in a pocket pussy and use your hand. That's what God gave you a tool for. Like, nope. Niggas too angry. And if you see all that Bath and Body Works lotion your girl bought you for Christmas, go use some of that. Ain't gonna use not a one bottle.
Crazy. But I guess we can get this shit started for real.
Can I do the intro? Let me do the intro.
Go ahead, man.
What the motherfucking business is? Cold Hard Fast Podcast coming at you live. I am the one, not DNA.
Oh my God, bro.
Gotta have the triple masters, bitch.
Oh my God, man.
I'm joined by my other cohorts, my co-Negroes. Of course, they'll introduce themselves likely, so I'll let them do that. I'm not saying shit because after that, like, we can't never let him do the intro ever. Like, we didn't let you do shit else.
Oh my God.
I can't never be great. It's always Brother John, Silky Johnson. I always want to be good. You always want to ruin my good time. I ain't ruin your good time. What you?
Oh my goodness. Everybody know who everybody is. Since y'all like to take over the intro and shit like that.
Oh, you can start with me. You know I like to be extra, but you won't let me be extra.
I can't even talk.
And the problem is that, you know, my man's over there, not Martin, the other nigga. He starts the show the same way every single time.
What's so wrong about that?
That's why I did it like that. Like you be more enthusiastic than the rest of us to do this shit every week. Put some excitement in your voice. Right. Make it sound like you want to be here. Like we ain't holding you hostage. Oh shit. The only thing holding him hostage is himself since he's sitting in that room.
Okay. Well, I guess. But yeah, we got a lot of shit to get to. I guess we can start off with the bitch ass hoe ass. Well, I guess in John, in John words, Silky Johnson. In his words, hoe button.
No, you can't get mad at this. He ain't really on. Think about it. He making niggas pay to see him fire motherfuckers. Think about that. That ain't the most hoodest, ignorant shit in the world. I don't know what is. My nigga said, hey, come pay at least $5 to watch me find some niggas online. That's exactly what he did. Bro, what? That's some cold-blooded shit. That is. I can't get mad at the hustle behind it, but it's like, no, you really expect niggas to pay to see you find people too? They put that shit on YouTube for free last night. Exactly. It's like you trying to reap the benefits before you knew it was gonna be on YouTube. You know it's gonna get screen recorded. Yeah, man, his explanation though, you know what I mean? You can't really be mad at him though. I mean, I get it, but there's time and places for shit like that, bro. You don't put it on. You don't do that shit. You don't blast them out on live and then fucking and then make the niggas pay for it. That's like DNA firing all three of us, and then he gonna put the firing on fucking iTunes for like $25. First of all, because he's just gonna be ignorant as hell with it. It is worth $25. First of all, I don't know about y'all. That's some nasty business. First of all, I don't know about y'all too. But I'm not getting fired because I don't get paid for it. I can leave if I want to. You don't get paid. Ain't nobody gonna get fired, man. We gonna come together and we gonna stick it out. You know what I mean? See, the shit like that positive shit, that's how we get fired. Positive. They gave for negativity. They gave for ignorance. No, but you know what? In all seriousness, as far as whole button is concerned, if first I'll be in a hoe. This man never won't realize, but and the way I see it, when I listen to what he actually had to say, even if the man has some valid points, there's a professional way you can go about that instead of doing it the emotional way. First of all, you made these two niggas look like straight clowns on air. Then behind the scenes, we on the air? You basically was talking to these niggas like they just assaulted everything that you hold near and dear. Like, nigga, if you were gonna put these two on your show, I feel like if you didn't clearly establish their position in your organization, then you shouldn't be mad that they coming to you trying to see, you know what I'm saying, what the numbers look like. Because it's like maybe they felt like they was underpaid, or maybe they felt like, you know what I'm saying, they should have had more input or something. Like, even if it was your thing to start with, like, shit, if you doing it with motherfuckers, like, you would think that you would ask your co-host input instead of just being the nigga that just do everything. Yeah. And that was his choice to be. That was just his choice to be the nigga to do everything, and then want to sit there and get mad because the numbers ain't looking right. Like, I don't give a fuck if you doing all the business deals or not, nigga. Like, did you include them in any of that, or did you just do that intentionally on your own?
They all should have. And they all sound like they should have just got together and talked it out before it got to the point it got to.
Yeah.
I think that.
I'm guessing. This is just a guess.
The part that killed me was when he said something like, did you say that them niggas left? Like just left? Like abandoned their job?
Okay, okay. This is what happened. In the very beginning when we first started, when this first happened, I guess Joe Budden called Rory and say, "You ain't gotta come." And then Maul.
Find that nigga on his day off.
No. This happened a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. I guess, yeah, he told him not to come. Take some time off. Because they haven't really took a break. They've been nonstop podcast after podcast. So, that's why he told him. And then the energy was off in certain episodes, and he could tell. And then after that, I'm guessing Maul, he said, "Why you telling this nigga to, take a break? Like, how is that your call?"
He ain't just him taking a break. You taking a break.
Right, you taking a break also, basically. And then it came to
because
no. Let me get to the whole thing. So then after that, they just started trying to. I guess they got lawyered up. Both of them got lawyered up to see what was the business side, why they weren't getting enough money or whatever. But Joe Budden was already, compensating them, but he wasn't compensating them as much as he was getting compensated because he brought in all the deals. Like the Cash App deal, I guess he brought in the Patreon deal, but they was getting a cut, but they wouldn't get the largest cut. And he also told them, like, whatever you bring in, you can get the bigger half, but make sure I get a percentage too. But y'all ain't brung in shit, so fuck y'all fired. Basically, that's what he said.
this is a conversation that's been going on for too long.
Basically, I guess.
This is a toxic relationship that's going on too long.
Yeah, they should have let it get as far as they got though.
Yeah.
They supposed to be homeboys. They supposed to talk that shit out.
Right, exactly. And the crazy thing is,
when money get involved, day one should go out the window.
He finessed the fuck out of his fan base because they had all came back in one episode and seemed like shit was cool. And then they took a whole another week off, and that's when he blew the fuck up. That the week after they took a week off, that's when he blew the fuck up.
They thought they was going to go on another strike.
Yeah, basically.
So Joe just that manager. You gotta realize his employees went on strike, and when they came back, they was like, "All right, we'll come back," and then they just started using all their vacation time.
They used up all their points.
Right, they used up all their points and their vacation time. They had them though. They used them all up.
Yeah. Well,
I hope. I really hope that they
eventually they can come together and do their own show.
A year after. He got him under contract, so a year after they can't.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh. So they can't do nothing on their own for a whole
I don't know what the contract says, but they can't do their own podcast.
What the contract states, they can't do their own podcast, whether it's together or separate. That's like a wrestler's contract. That's like a wrestler's contract. That's a whole ass move. It only happens if they get released. They got released. That's a whole ass move. I don't like that shit. If them niggas let their contract drop, that's a different story. It's almost like he anticipated that this shit would happen. Because their podcast would be lit as fuck. That was a calculated move.
Cash 360.
Only a nigga from New Jersey could come up with that type of shit.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
He ate that nigga.
Oh man.
No, what did you say? What did you say yesterday, John? What did I say yesterday? I said a lot.
We should have never let Pump It Up get
yeah, shit. What is wrong with him? Why did we allow this man to be, have the clout and the adoration to even remotely fucking have an opinion that matters?
Well, Joe Budden fans are gonna follow him wherever he goes.
Yes, I know that. They can do that shit to their heart's content. They can do that shit to their blown face. With their stupid asses.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to pay $10 to hear you discuss contracts, nigga.
Fuck that nigga. Whole buddy.
Just get it for free.
Whole buddy. Fuck him. Charlamagne should make that nigga donkey today. Nah, that's gonna be his future co-host. He can't do that. Fuck that nigga too.
They tried to throw shade too, bro. Charlamagne tried to throw shade because look, at Joe Budden.
Why?
Cause they do the little rumor report, right?
Yeah.
And Charlamagne, he was like, "Thank you to this person, such and such." I don't know who these people are, but some people he employed, he just said, "Thank you, I appreciate you," and all that. And that was it. That was pretty much it.
That was it.
No, he said thank you to Envy. He said thank you to Envy. Envy wasn't. I don't think he was there, but he was there. Like he was via Zoom or whatever. And he said thank you to Envy. I love you, Envy. And he said also he was just showing his appreciation for them. And I guess Joe Budden didn't show no appreciation towards Roy and Mal. So yeah.
Fuck him. Y'all know that nigga leaving, right?
Shit crazy.
Yeah. It has been the whole since everyday show. Man, after that fucking Negro shit, I knew he was a hoe. How you gonna talk shit about these niggas in their face and then walk away?
Exactly, and I expect them niggas to be niggas and come after you. Hey, we gotta wrap this up. Wrap it up there.
Hey, on my mind, they think about this shit. I thought he was going to be in the podcast earlier. I was like, damn.
Oh my God, bro.
My man was, I tweaked out for like 2 days. I was like, damn, wait, the show just started, dog.
Is you high or you slow?
I could be both. You never know. You never know.
Shit. What else happened this week?
Did we cover? What did we cover? What else happened? What's y'all
Ran shit over 2K.
Who?
Ran shit over 2K on Spotify.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey. Gotta keep the promotion strong.
Now, what you were saying, brother John?
You should get a couple bitches to do some twerk videos of your shit.
What? I don't think that song's meant for twerking. But I mean, I'll give it a shot.
Just tell them slow it down a little bit.
Oh, so
then when you do it, put a little hip movement in.
Oh God.
Okay. All right. So, we ain't talk about Cole new song, Interlude.
Oh yeah. So he could have. Damn. How do I say?
Just be honest.
All right. He could have kept that shit, but not in a bad way.
See, now when I was talking to one of my guys, shout out to Crypto Chrissy, because that's what I was talking to. Check out his page for more music updates.
We were discussing this shit the other day too. He was like, "Yo, you heard Interlude?" I was, yeah. He's like, "Wasn't that shit fun?" I was like, "It was cool and all, you know." But it just sounded like Cole song. It wasn't that made me just jump up out my seat and be like, "The off season's gonna be fire." I already know the off season's gonna be fire, but that didn't make me go jump up and be like, "I gotta go download this shit like now." It was another Cole song.
That was calculated like a motherfucker. I felt like.
I feel like he knows exactly what's on his album, and he put out the song. He probably felt like niggas was gonna fuck with it just off the strength that he ain't put a solo song out in a couple of years. But
Lay that mother shit back on.
Also, he knew that it was probably the weakest song he had to offer on the project.
Facts. Now I believe wholeheartedly. Yeah.
That's not to say that it's
probably the shortest song.
That's probably not to say that it's a trash song. It's not a trash song, and he had some good bars on there. But I'm pretty sure once the album comes out, compared to probably the rest of it, it might be one of the weaker songs.
Right.
That's that. This song was like that. Your homie asked me for a waterfall. Or something to drink, nigga. Y'all, stop acting like y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the way that you said it.
This song was just like you know, like y'all ain't finna go back to the store or nothing like that. A nigga thirsty, like, yo, let me get a waterfall of the juice. Give him a waterfall of the juice. Yo, let me get a taste of the all season. Interlude.
A little sprinkle.
You feel me? Nothing that's gonna be like that shit fire. That's that motto. Appreciate you, nigga. What about
thanks for the dollar,
bitch. What about the freestyle yesterday? Did y'all take a look at that?
I wish he would have continued on Still Tipping. That's all I'm gonna say. He was snapping on it.
He gave everything he could. Shit, he ran out of spit.
Yeah, he used too much on 93 to infinity. Look, space it out, dog.
Everybody can't be like the game with them 10-minute freestyles and shit.
Nobody be like, Juice WRLD was like a damn near hour.
I pretty much agree with Martin. Could have kept going on that Still Tipping.
That shit was too far.
Some people are upset. You know, every time somebody do something, there's controversy somewhere. I heard that some people are upset because he said no Bill Cosby shit, if they sleeping then fuck them.
Right. Yeah.
So people are taking that and trying to, you know,
associate him with rape culture.
No, not necessarily. It's one of those bars that you know is hard, but somebody somewhere hates it.
The slavery line was harder than that, though.
Like some people, right? Some people. This one guy say J. Cole know that Bill Cosby line was out of pocket. He knew it. It's like, all right, let's relate this back to last year when he put out Snow on the Bluff, for example. People got pissed at him because he basically, they say he gaslit No Name. When in reality, all he was doing was he saw something, he felt personally attacked, and he chose to speak on it. It's like, damn, like a nigga can't have an opinion no more and put it in song form because if it's directed towards a woman, then it's all of a sudden we telling her what she should think and telling her what she should this and telling her what we should that when it wasn't that. It was just him stating his opinion. Like social, like it's not, and I'm not saying that men don't do that when it comes to like telling women what they're supposed to think and supposed to feel and this and the third. It happens all the time. But I'm saying like we now confuse that for a nigga having an opinion on something that a woman said. Because we can't have opinions on shit that women say because if a woman says it, it's right. And I'm not saying that I think that way, but it's just the way that social media portrays that.
Women taking over the country, man.
Ain't nothing really wrong with that though. But I'm saying like, don't sit here and tell me that I can't have an opinion on something that a woman said. Because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. That's my truth. That's what I live with. If I'm stuck in what I feel, you can't tell me what I think is wrong even if you don't agree with it. You know, like if it's wrong, man. If it's wrong,
the world is double standard as hell, bro.
If it's like a common sense thing, like if I say something and everybody in the room knows it's wrong, even if I firmly believe that, some shit niggas be thinking be wrong as fuck. But it's like that wasn't really one of those things. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Not to me, at least. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
But that's the way that I related back to this Bill Cosby.
You gotta have.
Like, come on, man. Like, we know women have suffered under the shit that Bill Cosby was doing, but it's like
you're not going to backtrack.
He's not trying to capitalize off of that. It's just a bar. It's rap music.
Right.
Literally just a throwaway line. Like,
people are allergic to niggas rapping nowadays, you know? You can't have actual bars no more, you know what I mean? You just gotta talk about shooting each other all fucking day.
It's just like how people blew it out of proportion with, well, no, they ain't blew it out of proportion, I'd say, but they went above and beyond when Rick Ross said, "Put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know a thing." And then on top of that, I don't think he was doing that because of that. He was doing it because the whole song was you ain't even know it.
Exactly. But
the shit just ran, man.
On top of that, if you really look at it, the only reason they even really mad, like Morton said, they feel like he's trying to promote rape culture because he said if niggas are sleeping, then fuck them. But that's not the way. That's the way that they took it, and I can see how you take it that way because of what happened. And I know that that's how the bar was supposed to go. But it's like that's not what he means. He don't mean if y'all sleep, then fuck them. He mean if y'all sleep on me, then fuck you. Like it's a double entendre. Like what the fuck? Like
man, sometimes you gotta take a bad line to make a good bar.
Like, man, all it is.
Hey,
the world is sensitive, man.
You can't have shock factor. You gotta have shock factor in your bars. If you ain't got no shock factor in your bars, then what the fuck are you? Why are you rapping?
Right. What's the point of you spitting bars if you ain't got bars?
But
it's a lot of people that ain't got bars that spitting bars.
Man, look,
I digress.
We all can't be 6'9" saying niggas iffy on Blicky got the stiffy on.
Niggas go crazy over that bullshit though.
Shit. That made no sense.
What's the Pull up with the chopper.
Oh wow.
Some shit he said.
Oh, you talking about CJ from Whoop?
Yeah.
Open the chopper, we gonna stick to the mata. Then open the chopper, hit the machata. Then open the lata. This nigga was telling you different ways how they done uphold on the man.
He don't even live none of the shit he was saying.
Probably don't.
in more whole button news, DJ Academics is running his mouth again.
You really listen to DJ Academics anymore?
I don't, but I'm saying I'm reading I'm reading
his
this
shit,
right now. He said
his shit is comical. That's it. Go ahead.
He's been pretty funny the last couple weeks.
He's hyping up Soulja Boy so much right now. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
You gotta love it.
Fuck both of them. He got onto it and he he cracked open a bottle of Hennessy and he was playing a bunch of memorial play. Like he had a memorial playlist to kind of like make fun of the fact that Rory got fired and shit. And
right.
Like,
hey, he do not like that nigga. No, that's true beef. When academics got beef with somebody, it'd be funny because that man come for blood. Knowing he can't fight or nothing, he comes straight for blood. And you know the man can't even respond right now. Look, y'all remember when he got into it with Big Mensa? And then Big Mensa album did? Yeah, and then his album bad.
Big Mensa tore that nigga a new asshole. So it was like, I mean, he had to trade in his potential album sales to tell that nigga about himself. It's like, you know, you have to trade one for the other the way I look at it.
No. That album sales did bad.
I know what they did. I don't even think they hit over 20K.
Did anybody listen to T. Grizzly?
I tried.
Yeah, I listened to it.
I tried.
I'm okay, worth listening to.
No.
It's alright.
It ain't nothing to go run and tell your mom about.
Yeah, it's alright.
But it's not.
I like a lot of the songs on there, and a lot of the songs on there I could have done with them. So, you know, I still fuck with Grizzly. You know, just,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Me too.
Okay.
I still fuck with them, but, you know, I'm good. I tried.
You ain't like no songs on it?
Hey, to be honest with you, I ain't even press play, yeah.
It's just the fact that he knew what to say.
So you just saying that you ain't even
Yeah. I ain't even listen to it, bro. I did press play, but I did something else. I think something else had caught my attention. So
you have to go listen to it before you speak on it. Like I said, there's some songs in there you could probably gonna fuck with, and some songs you not. It's like it's like
I was just gonna say, did y'all hear that Tootsie album?
oh no, I'm good. I'm big good.
You don't know that Tootsie?
I'm big good.
Tootsie.
Tootsie Roll.
Hell no. Hold on. Who's Tootsie? You talking about the Love Cycle nigga? He kind of like. I just said that you talking about that Love Cycle nigga. Didn't he make that?
Yeah, he made that.
Yeah.
I'm good on that though.
I mean, Tootsie, ain't he from Atlanta? He from Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Atlanta version of Lil TJ and Quando Rondo put together.
I don't listen to neither of them niggas, so
that's a hard thing. But it wasn't bad though. It's called Thank You and Believing It. Thank you for believing.
I don't know, man. It's kind of like listening to local rappers at this point. The shit just be sounding like more the same.
He got some good features. He got Shot with the Baby, 5-5 with Mulatto, Rich Niggas with Key Glock. Who? Key Glock.
I know who. No, I heard what he said. I'm saying who as a joke. Like who?
Don't come at Key Glock like that, man.
Key Glock can't fucking rock.
No, here's the thing.
Ain't no defending that nigga. He can't.
No, I'm gonna defend that nigga. You wanna know what it is?
You can't.
You wanna know what it is? Yes, you can.
You know good and well you can't sit here and defend me out. You can't rap.
Shut the fuck up and let me out.
You know he can't rap. You gonna sit there trying to defend this bullshit. I'm not saying I don't. Look, I ain't sitting here saying he ain't got no music that sound good, but he can't rap.
Oh, man.
You can put your towel over the shit, man. Like, you know.
Towel. That's breezy. Give you a fresh shit in your mouth because you're talking that shit.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
This shit ridiculous. Anyway, what I was trying to say to that is not that you can't.
Let me give you a like bar.
It's not that he can't rap. It's the fact that he can't help how he rap.
Yes, he can. He can work on it.
No. You want to know why? Ever since he found out Dolph was his cousin, he was rapping like Dolph.
Dolph rap better than that nigga.
Come on. Yeah.
That's not a problem. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is, just like the movie Dumber and Dumber, where the stupider nigga would act like the less stupid nigga, he acts like Dolph.
Let me give you a Key Glock bar real quick. That nigga said,
Big Rock jumping on my brand new petty white ice baby.
Yep, see, here's one for you. Here's my favorite. He said, when I fired up my blunt, they like, who the fuck broke the wind?
Hey, look, when you just say it like that, it's pretty bad. You ain't saying with no finesse or nothing.
That's exactly how he said it, though.
I tried.
Oh man!
And the crazy part about that bar, that's my favorite bar because of how bad it is. The crazy part about that bar is it's on the song of his that I actually like. So, you know,
Hey man.
Oh man!
there's a trade-off.
As far as Memphis rappers, he the weak link, as you know.
He one of them for sure. Speaking of Memphis rappers, can I say this for a second before we get further on into our discussion about our main topic? I really need the Facebook and the Twitter and the Instagram detectives to literally just quit. I need them to quit.
For what? What they trying to do now?
Because they tried to accuse Pooh Shiesty of sleeping with a fucking tranny, but they found out that it wasn't him, and now everybody on the internet is trying to apologize to the man. And I'm just like, well, if y'all
Pooh
wasn't
Shiesty ain't trying to hear shit.
if y'all motherfuckers wasn't always paying attention to shit y'all ain't supposed to be paying attention to, y'all would have never accused that little nigga of sleeping with no tranny in the first place. Like, just because this nigga who got pictured in the picture got a motherfucking 1017 chain on that don't even look like the 1017 chain that Gucci gave his artist, y'all want to assume it's Pooh Shiesty. Like,
I was just gonna say you can buy Kodak, Sniper Gang, you buy Little Babies chain, all that shit. You can buy the knockoffs on Walmart website. Shit's up.
I can believe that.
So it's not impossible for a fake nigga to have a fake chain.
Exactly. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
And when they go for cheap, they go for $200. You can
That's all I got to say about that because I really don't give too much of a fuck about that type of shit. But that just kind of like puzzled me, like why people were so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if it was Pooh Shiesty, then I mean that nigga gay, but shit.
Yeah. So
A
what's
lot of these rap niggas is gay these days. We just don't know it because they won't tell you.
I'm saying if Dwight Howard could survive all that, he got off a tranny. And the funny irony around his, a nigga had a quote unquote lower back injury near his ass. Didn't make it no better. Oh shit!
Nah, he ain't never fully bounced back from that. You see what his career is.
great?
He has an NBA ring, and he's with the Philadelphia 76ers, who's number one in the seed on the East.
You said he got a ring.
Yeah, he won with LA that year.
Did he contribute in any way to their success?
Yes, he averaged 10 and 7.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Did y'all pay attention to what T-Pain said?
About what?
He says producers deserve all the clout.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'm lying. I definitely saw that. I kind of agree.
Where's the lie?
I kind of agree. But it really just depends on who's on the song, honestly.
Exactly. It depends on who you bring together for your beat, what kind of beat you making, et cetera, et cetera.
Because when I ain't gonna lie, when I talk to these niggas out here, they be telling me about how all these rappers that I ain't never heard of are just so amazing. And they rap bar, they'll be listening to the music and I'll be hearing the shit that they talking about. And they be saying, what'd he say? He be like, blah, 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 blah. And I be like, uh-huh. And then I sit there and I think to myself, like, I mean, the beat was cold, but what did he really say on that? Like, what did he really say? Like, and then it be the motherfuckers who don't live that type of lifestyle that be so amazed at the shit that these niggas be saying. Like, your ass don't go out and sip no lean. You don't be popping no pills. You don't be shooting up nobody's block. None of that shit. Your ass go to work and come home and take care of your kids. And you go outside and fake like you in that lifestyle, but you're not. So, what is he really
in that order?
So what is he really talking about? Like, a lot of these songs that y'all like ain't cold because of the shit that these niggas are saying. It's because of the beat. Like the rappers that like a lot of the rappers that I like say shit that make you go, whoa, wait a minute, let me roll that back real quick. These niggas that be saying shit behind me, roll the shit back and be like, all right, wait a minute, hold on, go back. What do you say? Man, don't all these niggas. You mean 6ix9ine ain't make you ever go back and be like, whoa, what? The only thing 6ix9ine ever made me do was want to cut my ears.
Never in life, man. Yo. The fuck 6ix9ine just say?
I might have said that on one of his little mini Instagram lives where he was talking shit, but never a song.
He said, "Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?" What, man? I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of funny. Because if you think about it, he said, "Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?" Huh? Like, he made you so confused. He made you so confused. You was like, damn, am I stupid? Did I not catch that?
Clearly, he is stupid. You see what he doing.
Shit, that boy FBI agent, man. They better leave that man alone. They go to jail.
You hit him. Every time you walk near that music, you hit a Mission Impossible thing.
They free young boy. You know what I mean?
Don't free that nigga either. He was right along with it, dumbass.
Oh my god.
Bro, they like
No, you know what? What they lock him up for? What they lock him up for? I forgot. What they lock him up for?
He tried to steal his gun. Oh, that was gun business? Yeah. No, that was Chopper that was trying to get his rental back. Not his rental, but well, I guess they was watching all these videos and shit. It's like he was taunting the police or something. Well, every video he got guns.
Well, another dumb nigga getting locked up for doing shit they know they're not supposed to, but they can't be untouchable. Like what I say yesterday. Motherfuckers be watching you, bro. Like they watch you. They know you got a little bit of notoriety. If they know you got a little bit of notoriety, they are watching you, motherfucker.
Somebody watch me.
Like, didn't y'all see straight out of Compton? The feds are watching, motherfuckers.
Everything you do. They can just say some shit sometime and get locked up.
Stupid motherfuckers. I mean, that's the rap game, shit. So, whatever.
So I guess we can get into talking about Cole now.
You know what? I know a great place to start at. I'm sure I know the DNA watched it, but did y'all watch the J. Cole off-season documentary?
Yeah.
Take that as a yes. Okay. What did y'all take away from it? That goes for everybody.
Honestly, if you take your craft seriously, it shows you, like, as far as on the rapping side, if you take your craft seriously, it shows you that, like, you can learn a lot or you can progress a lot, because he pretty much went through the same shit a lot of rappers went through. They always had a rough patch. At the beginning, he was talking about he was just, you know, he made songs, he was living up, partying and shit like that. Then his homies came outside and talked to him and was like, what are you really doing with your shit? You always out partying and shit. And he was like, nigga, I'm with y'all. But he got what they were saying, though. I don't know, it kind of make you think, like, how you gotta progress. It basically showed you, like, all he did was just, like, he put a routine to the same shit everybody else put a routine to. Yeah. You know, so it was actually insightful. I'm thinking it was just going to be, like, something like him hyping up the album, but I should know better than to know Jermaine Cole just to give me something simple.
Yeah, he'll never give me something simple.
He gave me something to think about, like, damn, maybe I could be further in my career, but I actually, like, put in the work like I was going to, like, a job or playing in the league or shit like that.
You know what I took away from it? Because I watched it again last night. I took away one key factor that he said about working at his craft, but the way that I interpreted that was, it wasn't a shot, not to me at least. But if you hear what he's talking about, you can really look at the rap game and the industry as a whole And like Martin said, you could really learn a lot from him because a lot of these rap niggas spend majority of their time when they not recording music, party, trying to make themselves be seen, spending unbelievable amounts of money on shit that they don't even really need. They just have it because they're rich. Exactly. And it's like, that's the reason y'all albums don't be sounding like y'all give a fuck. They be just complacent ass rap albums with decent songs on it, but no wow factor, no. Especially if you a revered rapper or a nigga that people respect. Like, you come out with some subpar shit and you just like, did you put any time in this at all? This sounds like it was recorded in like 2 weeks. And sometimes some of those albums do sound good. Those put together quickly albums, but a lot of times they don't.
That's why it's like you gotta think about it, and it's like I like how I forgot the exact question, but I like how Cole answered it when it started off the documentary, and 21 asked him that first question. I like his answer to it. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like he didn't answer that question.
Yep.
He
Yep.
did, though. Like, you gotta think about it. He answered that question.
He did, but he didn't. Because it was like 21 Eric playing the simple, why'd you name it the off season? And Cole went into this whole thing about like preparing this and this, that, and the third, and it's just like, but nigga, you explained it, but you didn't really tell him why you called it that.
But think about it.
As the week has gone on and I've seen more stuff, I realized why he called it that. But in that documentary, he didn't really explain why it's called that.
No, you wanna know why? Because in the documentary, he explained all the shit that he's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like how the niggas in the NBA would do it. What you do during the off season?
Oh no, I know that now. But when you first watch the documentary, it's not as clear.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's like different. Like, it's different settings for different people. Like, I kind of caught it right off that. Once I heard, I was like, I get what you mean. Now he basically said like basically everything you're doing is what you do during the off season to lead up to this. So I'm like, oh, okay. Because I watched it all last night. Then I watched it again this morning. And like, I watched it first. I watched the documentary. Then I watched the freestyle. Then I watched the interlude. Then I watched it in the reverse way. I watched the freestyle, interlude, then the documentary. It's just like that. I don't know. It kind of stuck to me. Like I said, the documentary stuck to me more than anything. Like I said, I liked the interlude, but like it was like we all had the same opinion on it. It was like that's just like the sample song that he giving everybody just to get ready for it. The freestyle was cool.
When you don't write consistently and you get back to writing, like you kind of lose confidence in what you're saying. Like, you know what I mean?
Because it's been so long.
That statement kind of stuck with me a little bit. Like,
man,
like you be second guessing your own bars and shit.
Right, because it made you think like, is that really okay to say? Should I really say that? Is niggas gonna really get what I mean when I say that bar?
Yeah. You end up changing shit that you don't need to change. Like, you know what I mean? So I understand what he's saying with this shit.
And this man gave you a method to do kind of like...
You gotta stay consistent, man.
Hell yeah. The nigga gave you a method to do like, just wake up and write something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made it sound easy though, but then life is gonna hit you.
I mean, because of course it's easier said than done, but as long as you put in the work into it, it's gonna be easier than you think.
Right. I watched it twice too. The first time I watched it, I was like, this nigga did not explain why he called it the off season. But all right, my nigga, go ahead, Cole. All right, he's Cole. That's the Cole Aquarius code, January 28, 1985. But I mean, I kind of expected this. I ain't expected it to be that damn short. The the way that Cole releases shit is all calculated. So, you know, like, his silly ass saying, "Is this thing going on Twitter?" Like, nigga, like, you know how to fucking work. You know how to work social media, nigga. Like,
honestly, I sometimes think he actually forgets because he don't be on there for so long and he be doing so much that he probably do forget how this shit works sometimes. Like, if all of us took like let's say we took a year off from social media, just nothing, and then we get back, and then we just like, I don't even remember my password. I don't remember how to do this. I don't know how to do this. Like, it's like taking a break from technology. Like, I really think Cole don't use his phone like that. It looks like it's calling people.
yeah. So, but yeah, this shit, every time he does some shit like this, it definitely inspires me.
I got one.
Personally, I think the best like documentary type deal that we got related to Cole was the Revenge documentary.
Damn, I like the For Your Eyes Only doc more than all of them.
Honestly, that one was kind of like, no, ain't nothing wrong with the For Your Eyes Only doc, but I think the thing for me was that if y'all noticed, none of the shit, like none of the songs in the documentary ended up on the album at all.
That's the best thing about it.
Not about it.
Yeah, I guess you probably got a point. I think it's just more fun. I think, you know, because of the collaborative atmosphere.
I mean, but you know, it's kind of funny. He did kind of talk about what you, me, and DNA was talking about the other day about with him being doing features.
Mm-hmm.
He did talk about that.
We did talk about that.
Do y'all still think it ain't gonna be no features?
Why are you so excited?
I mean,
now, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow, I'm trying to give you credit, and then you want to do the extra level to it.
Did you see that amount of excitement that was in his voice when he said that?
Because I mean, if you want to be technical, he still kind of gave us an inconclusive answer, like how he felt about his first question.
That's the fucking point, my nigga.
So neither one of us may be right or wrong in this one.
Bro, I'm definitely right.
I really feel like he's not, but you know, if he does,
right.
It's because it's like, it's not, well, no, it is. It's like the norm at this point. It's like I said, what was that? Maybe 2 weeks ago? If you notice, if you look at every single J. Cole album or mixtape, well, not a mixtape, but every single album, he doesn't have a single rap feature on any of them except for one, and that's Jay-Z. Like, there are no rap features. The only other rap feature he got on the album is Kendrick Lamar. He's just he's on hook duty. So it's like, you know,
doing it, take a little trip.
So I don't know. If we want to get technical, he's never had a rap feature on his album. Honestly. So I don't know. He might be that
probably lip. I'll just go to do it. Take a little. Hey,
these two niggas was out here singing the songs and shit.
This motherfucker.
You know the album gonna go to #1 because every album is going #1. So.
Yeah.
And it ain't like he got much competition this week. The weekend playlist is set, dog.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So here's my question for y'all. So, in only so many words, because I really don't know how much time we got, but in only so many words,
it hasn't been an hour yet.
Describe to me your feelings about each Cole album first, not mixtape, album.
Each one?
Each one. I told you we going deep so far that we ain't got to do this again.
The first album was kind of. It don't sound like he really felt himself yet. Good opening. Yeah, he's kind of listening to what the label was saying, like kind of hit chasing and shit.
Right. Okay.
Is that what you think, Mr. DNA?
Born Sinner is pretty underrated.
I'm like 50-50. Like, I feel like that was when I became a Cole fan. I wasn't even a fan until the first album. So,
Mr. Madness.
We're talking about the Cole Swirl Silence, but like I said, breakout. I was like, they gave everybody the eye to like listen Cole. That was really all I say for my personal opinion on it. It wasn't nothing. It was good, like don't get me wrong, but it was like more or less just breakout.
Okay, I want to correct myself real quick because I kind of lied. I forgot Drake was on the album. So I have to correct myself.
But we had R&B Drake on there. We didn't have rap Drake.
No, we didn't have rap Drake because he wasn't singing on there.
Yeah, R&B Drake.
Now the way that the song sounds, you could say, all right, it was R&B Drake, but Drake was rapping on that song for sure. He wasn't singing. But in my opinion, I really feel like Cold World was thrown together, if that makes sense, because a lot of those songs like Lights Please and In the Morning, and I think a couple other songs on there were from previous mixtapes or had been released already. So I really feel like that, like I said, I really feel like the album was kind of like thrown together. Not to say that it's a bad album, but it's a solid album. But you could tell the flaws in his lyricism back then. He definitely had a lot of like questionable punchlines and certain things that he would say that I'd be like, all right, nigga, like what the fuck? For every cold bar you say, you got at least two that I don't like. And I was a fan. I became a fan of Cole when I think the warm up came out. Yeah, because I had got onto the warm up like real late, like right before Friday Night Lights came out. So, that was like my introduction to him, and to hear. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was happy that kind of like In the Morning made the album, but at the same time, I could have done without it on the album because it was on Friday Night Lights. To me, it's probably his weakest album.
Yeah.
Do we agree with that?
yeah.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, it's label friendly.
Yeah, it's definitely label friendly. And he even like said that in like an interview like later, like that. I think he had a lot of influence from like Cole and a couple other motherfuckers at Rock Nation. But it was definitely a solid debut. It was definitely one of the better debut albums to have come out in the last like 10 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
Where we at now? Born Center?
Yep.
Gentlemen?
I'm not a label puppet.
You said what?
That's what I get from Born Center. I'm not a label puppet. I just deal with the label talking, but I'm not a label puppet.
That's basically what the fuck it says.
Well, so he stepped it up though.
I think, it was basically like, don't underestimate me, motherfuckers. That's what it was.
Right.
When did that come out?
2013, bro.
What a time.
Oh yeah.
See, people,
shit.
people, yeah, we old. People call me crazy because, yeah, okay. I'll let him have that one. People called him crazy because he was putting the album out the same day as Ye. I remember that. People thought he should have pushed it back at least a week. They knew he wasn't going to get the #1 debut, which he didn't. It ended up going #1 after being out for 2 weeks. But, you know, it's like, in my opinion, the number one debut is like almost like a tease, honestly. Because like an album could be successful and not debut at number one. Like that's just some thing you say just to be like, I did this. Debuting at number one is cool, but the mere fact that Kanye album was out as long as that album was out, and that album Born Sinner managed to overtake it in 3 weeks, was like, wow. Because when Kanye dropped, especially back then, before I stopped fucking him, the world stopped. Kanye was one of them niggas that, I guess he still is. I really don't know. But Kanye was one of them niggas that when he dropped something, the world stopped. So that was a great feat in and of itself to overtake Jesus as the number one album. And then on another note, the flaws were still there. Born Sinner is definitely a stronger project. A lot of people say it's the best project he's ever released. I disagree, but I don't blame people for saying that it is. I really don't. It's tricky. It's tricky to place it for me because it's like the other 3 albums are so good. It's like I don't know where to put it. Like it changes spots all the time.
Somewhere.
It goes somewhere.
It's still second to last.
To you?
Yeah.
I can feel that. I really like at this point right now. I couldn't really tell y'all where I would place it. But the only thing that pisses me off, honestly, about Born Sinner is the fact that you give us a Kendrick feature, but you don't have him rapping.
Oh yeah. That's
and I don't know, like y'all probably like a lot of people in like music like that do what we do will say that was a calculated move, but at the end of the day, I'm like, nigga, just rap. Like, it's okay. Like, if a nigga wash you on your track, it's okay. But at the end of the day, we still gonna fuck with you. And if you end up washing him, like, it is what it is. Like,
oh man,
I really feel like motherfuckers don't be doing songs together just off of politics, like, because they feel like motherfuckers gonna kill them on their shit. Like, that's why you gotta come with your shit. And if a motherfucker come harder than you on the track, oh the fuck what? It's gonna be talked about for a while, and then motherfuckers gonna stop talking about it. They'll bring it up every now and again. It's like when Jay-Z and Eminem did Renegade. Like,
we gotta talk about that.
It's pretty even now that if you listen back to it.
We gotta talk about that one.
What you say about Big Sean and Kendrick?
It's like Big Sean and Kendrick with Control.
See, now that situation, the only reason... No. Listen to me. That situation is special. And I'm not finna sit here and tell you that Kendrick necessarily washed Big Sean. Y'all know exactly why Kendrick got as much attention off that verse as he did. It's not because of necessarily what he said. It's because of whose names he mentioned. Like, niggas weren't doing that. Niggas weren't calling niggas out by name. He called every major rapper that was out at that point by name.
Mind you, in the top rappers for the past 3 XXL classes.
Yep. But I'm saying, like you mentioned them niggas by name. Niggas wasn't mentioning the niggas by name, so niggas naturally was amazed that he mentioned these niggas by name. The verse itself is cool, don't get me wrong, but the biggest claim to fame that verse has is that he called niggas out by name.
He called that man Jermaine Cole.
Like, he did that.
He didn't say J. Cole. He said Jermaine Cole.
Nigga real name, why not?
Yeah, he definitely said that nigga whole name.
He said the whole government, bro. That's deep.
So
I'm gonna address you as your government, nigga.
That's just the way I see it when it comes to Big Sean and Kendrick. But as far as Forbidden Fruit is a great song. I just would like if Kendrick had a little verse on it. Just a little verse.
If you want to be real, it's probably just like it's Kendrick and J. Cole's unwritten rule to each other that if they feature on each other's song, they're neither gonna rap on it like back and forth because they know that's what people want and they don't want to give in to. It's not like they don't want to give in to their fans to do it. They don't want to give in to the labels and give that.
That makes some type of sense.
Think about it. They give us what they want by giving us a Cole and Kendrick album. But all they're doing is greasing the palms of the record label's pockets because they know that shit will probably undefeatedly be a number one charter.
Well, of course it will. That shit will probably break Apple Music if it came out.
Because niggas' minds would not know how to comprehend that.
To go back to Born Center, though, I think some of his best songs on here, songs. You know, we hear. Wait a minute. Did y'all know that R. Kelly? Did y'all know that R. Kelly was listed as a co-writer on the Illuminati? I just found that out. I did not know that.
Mm.
What song did he sample?
The Pied Piper, goddamn.
I know that, but what? Hold on, let me look. What song did he sample? Oh, okay, I see it. It was the I Wish remix. Okay. Nice.
Oh, it's so. Yeah, it's a tough song.
This ain't about Robert. We ain't talking about Sylvester.
I mean, leave Robert alone and free my man.
We're not doing that today.
So we're going to get to 2014 Forest Hills Drive?
Yeah.
I told you I wasn't no label junkie.
That's not what I took from that either. I look at Forest Hills Drive as Cole taking a risk.
Yep. His first risk-taking album, yep.
Because, number one, you know, it had become customary for people to just put albums out with no promotion because of what Jay-Z and Beyonce had done the previous year. So, you know, Beyonce just dropped the Beyonce album, just dropped it, didn't tell nobody, didn't say anything, it just came out. You know what I'm saying?
She wakes
so
up.
So much so that if you do that now, it's called pulling up Beyonce. But we ain't gonna get into that. But I feel like
just like winning the album sales award would be pulling a Kanye.
I feel like he definitely took a risk with doing that because a good way to generate buzz for your project is to put a single out or tell somebody it's coming out. You know, announce it to the world, and he didn't do that. He didn't put a single out. He put a single out the day the album came out. First, that was the first risk. The second risk was literally having nobody but himself on it. That was the second. He hadn't done that before. Not really many rappers do that. I guess you could kind of say that Drake had did it the year previous when Nothing Was the Same, because it was like when Nothing Was the Same was announced, it was announced that all these people were going to be on it just for Jay-Z to be the only rapper on it. But it's like, you know, I mean on the original version, not the deluxe version. Mm-hmm. So I guess you could say Drake did it before that.
You said Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's hold on. Going home.
Yeah, man. I mean, on the not the deluxe edition, on the original edition, Hov is the only like rapper on the entire album.
No, I hear you. I'm not gonna go to the deluxe.
But that was another thing. Like you literally had nobody but yourself on that, so that was another risk. And then people were already calling him the weaker link out of the trifecta of Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. Like they were already calling him the weak link by this point, because by this point. Take Care and Nothing Was the Same was out. Good Kid, Mad City had just dropped almost like 2 years prior. So it was like he was kind of pretty much stuck at the back. I think Forest Hill Drive made him it turned him into the
solidified his spot.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Kick the boot out. Kick the door open.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he said, "Here's Jermaine."
And then
that was his best produced album to me, though.
Best produced?
Whoa, I don't know.
I don't know about that now.
I don't know.
No, I'm not telling you. Like I said, this
that's cool. Opinion. That's cool though. Like
if he feels that way,
yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna argue with that.
I say
why do you do that
together. As far as like not just the beats, but the order and the order of the songs, that how he put it, how he placed the album together,
like the sequencing of the album.
Yeah. That was dope. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
It felt like a story.
Yeah.
This is
that's the hardest thing to do when you put a project together. Like, what song goes where and shit.
Yeah. This album to me, for me, it like no skips. I could play this straight through. To like, yeah, pretty much to this day, I can pretty much play this shit straight through. Yeah, and then I'm just like, the songs I go back to the most is like '03 Adolescence and Fire Squad, Get Off My Dick, A Tale of Two Cities.
I just watched GMOD's music video for that music video too.
Yeah, so this is like definitely up there in quality of production though. I like because I don't know how many times I played A Tale of Two Cities just for those breakdowns and those transitions and shit.
That album saved my life in a lot of ways. Really, I got caught up in the situation, and it was my fault. I got myself caught up in the situation, and I was in my head a lot about my future at that point because of said situation. Looking back on it, I kind of could have figured that it wouldn't go the way that I thought it was, but just because I had never been in that situation before, I really didn't know what to think. And that album would calm my thoughts in ways that music had never really done before. Like, I always looked at music as some sort of escape from life, but it was when I heard the album, I'm like, a lot of this shit is speaking to me in a way that music ain't never really spoke to me before. And that's not to heap praises on top of praises on top of praises for the album. I love the album. To me, it's to me, a lot of people, it's his best. To me, it's his second. But, yeah, man, ain't a skip on here. I think the only song I would skip is and it's not because it's not a good song. It's just sometimes I don't be wanting to hear it. And that would probably be Fire Squad. That'd be the only song I'd skip. And it's not because, like I said, it's not because it's not good. It's not because I don't like it. It's just sometimes I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
He said a lot of crazy shit on that song, but it's literally the song I don't listen to the most. I listen to it, but out of all the songs on there, it's the song I listen to the least.
It's just mainstream too much for me.
My favorite, I don't know if y'all got a favorite, but my favorite is actually San Tropez, because he didn't really say shit on that song, but it's just the vibe of it that makes it my favorite.
Apparently, it's mine. Love yours in apparently.
That is a vibe.
Shit, '03 Adolescence and
that's the best song on there to me.
And No Role Models.
Yeah. That's probably the most mainstream to me. The No Role Models.
Wet Dreams.
You said that's the most mainstream?
That's the most mainstream.
Really? A lot of niggas ain't talking about their first piece of ass on wax. They not doing that. You just assume that these niggas have been getting pussy forever.
When the album first dropped, that was the first thing. That's the first song everybody was talking about, though.
Yeah, that's true. I think Fire Squad was first, just because of the Macklemore and Justin Timberlake and Eminem thing.
Yeah. Timberland ain't as great as everybody say.
Who?
Timberland.
You don't believe that.
You saying you don't believe that?
You don't believe that.
No, but he do got a lot of weird shit in his beats.
He do, but like I said, you don't believe that.
I won't let you say it and lie to yourself.
Like I got a whole playlist that debunks that theory. What's next?
For Your Eyes Only.
I skipped that one.
Really? I knew that already.
I like that.
Yeah, I knew that already. Why didn't you like it? Hold on, real quick. We gotta talk about the Forest. We gotta talk about the Forest Hills Drive live album real quick. Did anybody like that? Cause I love that.
I didn't listen to that ever. Like,
why not? I mean, if you watch the Homecoming documentary, if you watch the whole little live show at the end, then you're forgiven. But
I never even seen that documentary, to be honest with you.
Oh no, nigga. Once you get off of here, you have to go find it.
Okay, all right.
No, you have to watch that. That shit was crazy.
All right.
I watched that shit real late at night one night. That shit was like, wow. Like I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Like
you eating up
and I think it was
snacks, boy.
And I think it was because I was supposed to go see that tour with my cousin and them, but I never. This nigga fruit snacks and shit.
Definitely not fruit snacks. Chip.
Well, that is a chip. What is it, a sour cream and
no, dill pickle. Dill pickle. I'm gonna put y'all on real quick. Hear me out, dog.
That's a nigga. That is a nigga. Only niggas eat dill pickle chips.
Yeah.
I gotta educate niggas real quick.
You don't educate nothing. See, because you're taking me off subject.
You saw the Okie Dokie, right?
Boy, is your feet out?
Is your face out, nigga? This is dill pickle, right? Nah. This one shit get freaky.
Whoa.
Oh, shit. We have the popcorn, bro.
This is one of them we interrupt our scheduled program moments.
Shake them up. And you got a flavor blast, my dog.
Pause.
What you put on that popcorn season?
Pause.
No.
Big pause.
How is it even a pause? I didn't say
anything. A flavor blast, bro? Get the... All right.
Flavor blast.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't you the only person I think said pause on there, because I wouldn't pay attention to that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He looked too deep into it.
Now that ash on your hands thing from yesterday. That's different.
Hey, watch your mouth, y'all. Watch your mouth.
All right, back to what you were saying.
Enough of his terrible snack habits.
My bad, haters.
No, but for real, the Forest Hills Drive live album is definitely worth a listen. It's energetic, it's entertaining. I mean, it's basically just listening to Forest Hills Drive all over again. It's live, you know. I mean, if you I know DNA for a fact. I know you enjoyed yourself at the KOD tour, so you definitely enjoyed the Forest Hills Drive live album.
All right.
I bumped that. I bumped that shit on CD and shit. So.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, but For Your Eyes Only, I'm gonna let y'all take that one first, because Flo said he ain't listened to it because he ain't like it. I don't see how
can you tell us why you ain't like it?
Yeah.
This is one of them choices.
You breaking up a lot.
Yeah, I'm technical difficulties.
Because his Apple product don't believe what he's saying. Hey, nothing stood out on it though.
Okay.
Damn, not even Neighbors?
I mean, that was the only one. That's more like a radio record. Just the Neighbors. I couldn't relate to nothing on it. That's the only album you got.
We're gonna come back to him.
Yeah.
He's having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We shit jumping around and shit. First of all, wait, who's next? Because I don't want to go to last. So who's next?
I'll go.
No, I want to go last.
I'll go. This album I had to sit with for a while and understand why people hated it. Like, well, I didn't see what was the hate. I didn't see what was the hate for so long. What the fuck was the hate? What was the hate?
Do you see it now?
Yeah, but it's also like I think they took like they watched the documentary first, and like thought that it was gonna be also the 2 singles that dropped before the album. They
weren't singles; those were freestyles. I found that out later.
Yeah, well, we found out that out later, but yeah, like it didn't relate. Like I'm guessing they said it didn't relate to the album, or it didn't have what I guess they wanted. Forest Hills Drive Part 2. I guess I don't know.
I'm sure they did.
Cause yeah, it's like he took a bigger risk in talking about a lot of one of his homies, and then only maybe 2 songs related to him, maybe or three. I don't know, but
I think there was a lot of truth in his own life.
Yeah,
parallels to his own life and the story he was trying to tell, which is where the hell did Martin go?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm right here. I was eating chips. Don't get me wrong, I'm hearing y'all, but I just don't want to interrupt the podcast with chippy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, this shit was phenomenal. If we talking like, the only issue I would say that most people would have is his singing. Like he did some high note shit on Ville Mentality that like people not comfortable with. I know, but you know, like it's
the weird
it's
stuff.
a lot of
ain't the same. We can accept Cole the same.
Right.
I love that song, dude.
Yeah,
that quality is amazing. Because, and a lot of people don't agree with me when I say this, but I'm gonna say it. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. For Your Eyes Only to me is his best written album, honestly.
Okay.
Because he tells. First of all, he tells a story. Everybody wants a story in their albums now. So told a story, and it was a good story. It might not have been like a. It might not have had. It might not have followed a linear narrative, but it followed a story, and the story ends in heartbreak. Honestly, but honestly, bro, like a lot of niggas have made songs and have made entire albums about the struggle of being a black man in America. But I don't think any of them hit the way that a lot of them don't hit the way that this one does.
Right.
Because a lot of shit that he talked about, even if he's not talking about himself necessarily, a lot of the shit that he talked about in this album, niggas could relate to. Whether it's on Immortal, when, you know, like I said earlier, niggas be feeling like they invincible and shit, right? Mm-hmm. They can't shit touch them. Right. Or like Deja Vu, when you see a bad bitch in a party at the club and you want to fuck with her, but she got a man, but you don't give a fuck if you still want to fuck with her, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But you too nervous and too much of a pussy to go say something. You know what I'm saying? Or a Ville Mentality, when you sitting in the hood and shit ain't working out for you and you want to go do more or do this, but you don't want to be stuck in this small town mentality no more. Like, a lot of niggas can relate to that, and if you say you can't, you lying.
Right.
Or Change, which to me is one of the best J. Cole songs ever, you know, about, you know, just wanting to change your life and change your surroundings, and then the harsh reality of, you know, at the beginning of the year, you could be around a lot of niggas that you, like a lot of people that you fuck with, a lot of your guys, a lot of girls that you mess with, and then in a blink of an eye, you looking 6 months later, a lot of them is gone. You know what I'm saying? Due to like shit that happens in the streets and shit.
Right.
And like I said, even though he might not necessarily be talking about himself, it's Cole at his most vulnerable. It's Cole at his most risk-takey.
Mm-hmm.
He literally like bared his soul on this album. Like I said, even though he wasn't probably necessarily talking about himself.
Right.
That's why I would say that this to me is probably his best album. To me, at least.
Oh, I definitely don't think it's his best, but it's best written. I will agree with you.
I mean, that opinion jumps around with that and the other albums we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I know John wanted to go last, but I just let him go ahead and talk because I was like, he's speaking some shit naive. Yeah, he was speaking shit naive. Like, I didn't really disagree or had a bad comment to nothing you said, sir. I appreciate that. Now, like I said, is that his best one to date? Probably, maybe. I don't know yet. When we get into the next album, then yeah. Yeah. Y'all think that was better than KOD? We gonna get into that, man.
He mad.
It's up in the debate. It's up in the debate.
I'm gonna get into that, man. Damn.
But as far as For Your Eyes, I feel like this album was like a you at home on a Sunday. It like help you it's like a reflection album. It help you reflect all your highs and lows of the week.
It's like soul cleansing.
Right. And it's like, I don't know why, but Folding Clothes is probably my favorite song on him. Don't mind me why. But it was.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie about Folding Clothes. I see why a lot of people don't like that song. I see why. And it's not necessarily that it sounds bad or anything. It's just the shit he's talking about. Like that shit is like unrealistic in a lot of black men, black women relationships. But it's like
clothes for you.
But it's like, you know,
feel good.
It's like there's nothing wrong with wanting to do that. You know, like I think you gotta have an open mind to appreciate that song.
You do. You gotta really be with yourself.
You can do it, but don't tell nobody you do it.
Yeah, that's kind of where they want you to be at. They don't want you to reveal the truth of how you really feel. So I want to do the right thing, cool, and not worry about the wrong thing.
All these niggas gay.
And another thing about a story, I agree with you. But then again, not everybody want a story, because if that's the case, what story has Dirk been telling niggas? What story has Lil Baby told us? What story does Uzi tell us?
I can't say that because Dirk probably did tell a story too. I gotta think about that.
He sung it to you, but he told you.
No, a lot of these niggas don't be telling those stories. So.
Dirk is singing, motherfucker.
What story has Lil Pump told me?
Why'd you say Lil Pump?
Because he's somewhat included in J. Cole's discography, but not more his rap, but he's more so involved.
We ain't there yet. We're trying to get there.
We done. We just get a little sneak peek of what we talk about.
What the fuck?
We still got a lot of shit to talk about. Let's just get the KOD real quick, man.
Okay.
I'm definitely going last this time. So,
I guess I'll go first since I'm the most occupied.
KOD.
I don't know what he just said. Did anybody hear that?
Nah,
all I said KOD. That's all I heard.
Who's going first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Fuck it.
Somebody go.
As far as this joint, it's kind of got the same vibes as For Your Eyes, but it ain't more so of a reflection album.
Yeah, you capping, bro. You capping.
KLB a whole different piece.
Right. You capping right now.
From the first song, you can tell that this is not that album.
I didn't say any of that. Y'all really jumped the gun real quick.
No, I said the vibe. And I'm like, no.
Not just because it has a different vibe doesn't mean it was a bad vibe.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is you said it has the same vibe. It's for your eyes only. And that's why I was like,
I'm talking about as far as my opinion. Like,
oh, okay.
Y'all, like I said, y'all jumped the gun. And y'all ain't got no gun out. Man, you said get off your property. I ain't even at the house.
You said something. Don't step over that line. Step over that line.
Don't go on that third step.
Come across that third step won't flood your shit. You done came across that third step.
Anyway, it's like I said, when I say vibe, I mean like it gives you that same kind of feel like let me think about what I went through the week, but not in the same kind of reflection kind of way, and more so like a highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, I went through some shit this week. But it was some shit though. Like you said in two different ways, like, man, I went through some shit. Let me see what happened. And then like I went through some shit, and then I was like, it was some shit though. Like it was still lit at the end of the day.
He can't hear shit, apparently.
No, I can hear him, but I'm trying to follow.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of
I don't know where you're taking me right now.
let me word it better then.
It's like, damn, this week has been a motherfucker. But it sure was lit though.
That's what this album makes you think of?
Yeah, very much so.
Oh my god.
I think you got the wrong message there.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god. I need you to re-listen to this album first.
Somebody else go.
And then I'm gonna go.
Wow. I'm talking shit. No, I actually get what you're saying. But it's just the mere fact of him saying that and realizing what the album is about makes me wonder why. But, you know.
Not even that. It's just like, niggas been counted up. The kids was on drugs, man.
The kids on drugs.
That's it. Niggas was on drugs. It was a hell of a week. But what a week it was, though. That's literally all you can take out of that. That I'm taking out of it. I know there's a bigger message, but I just got the bare minimum. Because remember what he said at the original? He said a few words to describe it. Not a whole ideal list about it.
Well, yeah, it was three.
You want young niggas to get their shit together.
Yeah. Yeah, young niggas do need to get that. Young niggas do need to get their shit together. But
I'm still not saying nothing. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, this shit was definitely better than For Your Eyes Only. From catering to these people who like these short ass songs, and from these repeated choruses. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Like we all.
He's fitting in, but he's being lyrical at the same time.
Exactly. From all the way down to the beats, the 808s, his all his production. So yeah, man, he did what he was supposed to do, and I feel like he knocked it out of the park with what he did. I know a lot of people may criticize that Photograph record, but I loved it. I loved it all the way down to the production. So the ATM record and the Motivate record, like, it's just like fit in so well right after each other. So I was just like, that was amazing. I'm glad he did it like that. And brackets, like That's like the highlight of the album to me. Like Brackets was the highlight of the album. So yeah, man, I can't say no more than what I said already. And Friends was another highlight. I feel like Friends was another highlight.
What's the mainstream song on here?
So pick one. Pick one.
ATM.
It's either ATM or Kevin's Heart.
Yeah, Kevin's Heart.
But even though Kevin Hart is my favorite song on it, one of my favorite songs on it.
Mine is ATM, but I think Kevin's Heart is one of the top three. It's top three.
I think the music video made Kevin's Heart better than what it was.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I ain't gonna disagree.
It added more to it.
I have a theory about that song. I told my girl this like when this came out. But is it my turn to go?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. So the man over there with his hand on his head with the technical difficulty said he questioned why I felt 4 Your Eyes Only was over KLD, and it's not necessarily that I feel like it's over that. It's like both of these albums are so good that they literally flip flop top positions all the time with me. And with KLD in general, first of all, like in modern rap, everybody's all about taking drugs. I mean, people been taking drugs since before any of us was ever even thought of. But it's like the thing to do. It's like the trendy thing. Take drugs, and
that's what I meant by the weak thing with drugs.
Cole took that premise and put it in reverse. He took that and put it in reverse, and he masked it in music that sounded modern, like more trap, more 808s, more hard hitting drums, trap based, shit in his production to mask the message. Which I thought was calculated. Across the board, KLD is a great song. Photograph is a great song that is highly underrated because of the message that it portrays.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't realize this, but y'all know this, and I'm not telling y'all three nothing that y'all don't know, but for those who don't know or are living under a rock somewhere in the world right now, every 30 seconds to every minute, there's a man somewhere in this world DMing some random girl that he don't know, asking her some shit about can he fuck or she look good or this, that, and the third. So a lot of these niggas need to listen to Photograph because that song is about that. The Cutoff. That's another song that a lot of niggas can relate to. A lot of niggas can't do that shit. So they need to listen to that song because, cutting people off is a natural part of life. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep everybody around you forever. Motherfuckers don't do shit but drain your energy. So, ATM is another song that's like trap based and it's fun, but there's a message behind it. A lot of people don't realize like the message behind that move. That song is like excessively spending money, like Kevin's Heart. I'm gonna speak on that real quick. Kevin's Heart is like I felt that song personally and I'm pretty sure Kuda Buggin over there could relate since he's the only other person here in like a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
I've been in them.
Okay, you've been in one, but you're not right now.
I'm in a relationship, but not a long one.
Well, do you claim her?
Yeah, please ask me, yeah. It just ain't I ain't gonna go announcing it to the whole globe.
Okay. But yeah, okay. I guess everybody in here can relate to being in a relationship with somebody, and it's like one of those have your cake and eat it too situations because temptation is everywhere. He even said that. Remember the other day he said that shit at the show, like temptation is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like temptation is definitely a bitch, and that's exactly what that song is about.
The temptation this year is just beginning. Man, god damn.
And it's like And it's funny because it don't hit you. Why is it that it don't hit you until you actually in a relationship, right? It's like now that you know, are pretty much tied to somebody, it's like you can't do what you want no more, and the thrill of doing what you want becomes more enticing as times go on. But you gotta, like I said, have the discipline in yourself to not do that. But that's basically what that song was about.
That's what got me strong, man.
The mere fact that it's called
Strong-willed like a mother.
The mere fact that the song is called Kevin's Heart is a interesting play on words, just because of the situation Kevin Hart found himself in at that time. Friends is great. Brackets is amazing. Brackets then that made me want to quit my job at that point. Like this nigga's absolutely goddamn right. But, nah, I ain't do that. And then of course DNA's favorite, 1985, where he did everybody's favorite rapper, Lil Pump. I remember he had a very, very strong dislike for this man. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Why are you looking in the camera? I'm talking about you. With the headscarf. Listen to headscarf. KOD jumps around for me as far as it being like his best album. It really just jumps around. It depends on what I'm listening to at the time, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Next question.
Now with him explaining that what he means, do y'all get what I'm saying now?
Yes, I got what you were saying when you said it.
Like,
yeah, we just like to fuck with you, man. Damn.
I know you do. I was so like, this shit. Motherfucker. This I need you to understand. Like, I need y'all to get where I'm coming from. Shit is real.
Okay, so I'm gonna just breeze through this one real quick. Mixtapes. What's your favorite?
Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights.
It's a tie between the warm up and Friday Night Lights.
That is the warm up. I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's a tie.
I like the come up, but the warm up is the shit. Friday Night Lights is the shit too. The come up, that's different. Warm up is different, man. That's it. Man.
What's your least favorite album out of all these albums?
I already explained this. What's going well?
Okay. I think that one, that's because it's the most label-induced album.
Yeah, I second that. It's definitely Cold World.
Alright. Here's a hard one. It ain't gotta be the best songs, but it's just gonna be y'all favorite. So y'all top 5 favorite Cole songs, real quick.
Does it have to be on albums?
Intro.
Does it have to be a who?
Do it have to be on albums?
No.
Okay.
So first.
Go ahead. You say no. Go ahead.
Too Deep for the intro. Apparently, I say Forbidden Fruit, and what's the first song off Born Sinner? I forget the name of it.
Illuminati.
Okay. Number 5.
Oh shit! He said, "Now you done got me. Now I'm at a pickle."
What you say?
Now I'm in the pickle.
Now I'm in the pickle.
I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna say 1985.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
I enjoy the biggest company. I swear, bro. Y'all niggas kill me.
You can go, Mr. Madden.
Cool. No order, but what's the name? Nobody's Perfect. Trouble. Forbidden Fruit. What is it? Fold Clothes and Kevin's Heart.
Okay. You can give me. Let's see. I guess you can give me Ville-Matic. Can I holler at you? Wait, what?
No, because you started doing this. I thought you were saying thumbs down.
No.
Vilmatic, can I holler? KOD.
I'm done now.
I don't even know what the hell is going on. Like, that's the crazy part. Why y'all Immortal and oh yeah, give me Fire Squad too at the end.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let me see. Change. Rich niggas.
Damn, I forgot that.
My 5 change all the time. So
Change rich niggas. No, mine don't really change like that. Change rich niggas. 03 adolescents. Shaming Day. And I need you to love me. I'm gonna say for your eyes only, honestly.
okay. Long ass 8-minute song, alright.
No, it's a song.
Yeah, I know. Long ass 8-minute song. I know. I know. I make fun of you, bro. When I first found out that's one of your favorite, and I'm like, that shit long as hell. How, nigga? Like,
when you to sit through it here, you gotta really understand it.
yeah. Okay.
Rain was 8 minutes long too.
You said what?
Purple Rain was 8 minutes long too.
True. Okay, true.
That's for the old head listeners.
Yeah. What's
That was 4 minutes.
What's y'all expectations towards the off season?
I expect fire, like non-stop fire.
What Funk Flex say? Bars.
What's Funk Flex?
I expect at least an 8 out of 10.
That nigga whole credibility.
You expect an 8 out of 10?
I said at least an 8 out of 10.
Oh.
Just in case it goes bad.
Yeah, I doubt it's gonna go bad.
Shit's gonna go hard, but like we don't know what's gonna happen, so you gotta always expect the worst. So the worst for me with Jermaine Cole is 8.
Well, fuck that. He got a whole basketball hoop on fire. That shit's cold.
Right.
Okay, and Lil Pump was on the jet ski.
So what that mean? What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
He's been working on this since 2018. You don't think it's gonna be better than 8 out of 10?
So no one heard me.
Nah, I heard you in your jet ski comment.
I don't think it's gonna be better than 8 out of 10. I said just expect everything, and think about it. For me to say at least an 8 out of 10, that's saying something because most rappers I don't even expect them to give me a 5 out of 10. I would at least expect to go to at least give an 8 out of 10 album when it's already possibly going to be a 10 or a 9.5 out of 10 album.
Okay.
I'm not giving it lower than an 8, and I haven't even heard it yet.
Right. Okay.
Who knows? Cole may just do some shit.
Are y'all gonna accept the fact that it will be possibly features now?
I still think it's not. But I mean, like I said, if it is, it is. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what? You hope it is?
I hope so.
Yeah, see? There we go.
He said hope so.
Right.
I mean, he think that it's going to be so.
All right.
He said he hope so.
All right. Martin Madness?
We'll see on Friday.
Tonight, motherfucker. What's wrong with you?
We'll see on Friday.
Now, let me ask you this real quick. If it ain't no features, are you going to be disappointed?
Right. Are you going to be hurt?
Okay. I'm going to be about 70% disappointed.
Why?
Because first off,
no, really,
you don't. It's just something that, like, as an artist, you don't do 3 back-to-back platinum albums featureless, right? Featureless, and then do your the fourth consecutive. You gotta have features. Like, it's just like It's like it's an artist. It's just an artist mental. It's just an artist mental thinking.
Let me ask him this real quick.
Okay.
So, when Forest Hills Drive came out and they had no features on it, was you mad about it?
No.
Why?
Mainly.
After Born Center had features on it, where you said you weren't mad that Forest Hills Drive didn't have no. Why?
I mean, he's a producer, so you're gonna do an album that's like that.
Right. Okay. So after Forest Hills Drive came out, when he announced For Your Eyes Only, did you think there was gonna be features on it?
I didn't think nothing of it, and then when I found out it was no features, I was like, okay, you doing this again? That's cool. And it was a shorter length. The length was shorter.
So what about KOD? Did you do the same?
KOD, I was like, okay, this is the third time in a row. That's cool. Don't do it a fourth.
Why don't do it?
I just said the artistry of it. Like you.
What about it?
Okay.
Like, he done gave you 3 albums of fire with nobody else.
I'm gonna hang up on you because you keep giving me this face. But
I was just saying,
it's just
no complaints about no album.
All right, the artistry of it. You don't give us in the documentary. In the documentary, he basically said, "You just fine with no features." And before then.
I don't think he been on his own album though. He just meant in general.
I think he meant in general.
Okay, all right.
It's an inclusive statement.
Because it was like his mentality with the revenge sessions. Like, you don't want to look back at your career and say you never worked with nobody. He didn't say you ever put somebody on your album.
He's definitely gonna put he's definitely gonna do it though. But if it's out of those part amazing and he got different producers on there, then why would I be mad?
I just don't want you to be sitting there with the boo boo face when he ain't got no features on.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Potentially, I say you sitting with the boo boo face.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll be, bro. Like I guarantee you. I guarantee you, it's definitely gonna be different producers on that. Definitely. But features though, is what I want. Is what I really want. That's what I really want. Because I want the debate. I want Twitter debates about who had this best verse. Just like one day we're gonna discuss Jay-Z versus Eminem and on Renegade. We're going to discuss that one day. So Jay-Z didn't continuously, give us albums without features.
No, he's never done that. He does it now.
Right, yeah. But, neither has Nas. So, you got to think of him as a great now. We got to think of him as one of the GOATs now. So, it's damn near unacceptable if he don't have any features on it. We gotta spark up that debate again. Come on, we know you amazing lyrically, but we still gotta see that competition. I feel like placing somebody else on your own album sparks more competition than anything.
True. But if he did shit on his own album a fourth time with no features, then
okay. If he does it again, no features, then hey.
If it ain't broke, don't break it.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
I don't need none of you niggas. I collaborate on y'all shit, but y'all can't get on my shit.
Man, my shit.
It's just would be like, wow, again. Hey, that's cold for you.
All right. Last but not least. You gotta talk about features real quick.
Oh yeah.
Gotta talk about features real quick. Let's talk about the Dream. Let's talk about the Revenge of the Dreamers album real quick. So I remember about a couple of years ago. I can't believe it's almost been 2 years. That's wild as hell. But I remember sitting down with those two right there and saying, you know, how I felt like this album was going to be like super amazing and was going to be some shit that we ain't never heard before and shit like that. And in a lot of ways, it actually was that. You know, it was everything that I thought it was going to be, but it also was everything that I didn't think it was going to be. The only thing I think I was disappointed about was the lack of Cole, but I understood why.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was like more of a showcase for, because he even explained it in the documentary, like that was more like a showcase for not only his label, but for everybody that they invited to the sessions that made it onto the album.
Well, it's an appreciation, but thanks for coming through and giving us your talent.
But I will say he did drop some of the best verses of the year on that album. For every verse that he did submit.
Mm.
So to bring that to my question for y'all is, what are y'all 5 favorite Cole features of the last couple of years, or just in general? I would say 10, but I don't want to break y'all brains.
The second verse on Trouble. The second verse on Middle Child.
Time out.
We talking about feature verses.
Wait.
You said 5 verses?
Feature verses, bro. Features.
Just land, Martin. It's a clear day. There's no clouds in the sky.
Well, I'm also getting ready. I have to pick up my net.
I'm talking shit, bro. Damn.
No, I'm saying I hear you, but I was like, I didn't know what the hell y'all talking about. I heard features, and I mean verses. I heard the verses part. I didn't hear the feature verses. That one he did with Moneybag Yo. I know it was plain, but
his face.
Oh my god. Y'all look so disgusted. Like he made the song.
Bro, it's not memorable. That's why. Go ahead.
I ain't saying it ain't memorable.
It's the fact that it's like it made you realize that Cole can hop into any lane he wants to.
Of course. That don't mean that he should, but
it made you actually go look for the song to be like, this nigga made a song with who? Hold on. I can take it to the Malheur Club.
I guess that's what it is.
Exactly. Like, you can't get mad at that.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about him singing Planes over there.
I mean, think about it.
I don't know what he just said, but
right, yeah.
What else, man? You said to say now. What else? Down bad.
Okay.
I don't think we can count this because technically they won't do a song together, but the song Cole did over Kendrick's song.
I wouldn't count that as a feature, but
like I said, it's like a technical but not technical if you think about it.
It's not a feature at all.
It's the feature we'll never get.
It's not a feature at all, though. It's just Cole rapping over a Kendrick beat. So we gotta be technical. All right. Ain't no technical nothing. If Kendrick was on the song too, then it'd be a feature.
Pretty Little Liars.
All right.
Pretty Little Fears, bro.
That's what I said. All right.
Oh my god.
Because I can't have my technical.
Clearly his head isn't in here anymore.
It's not. He only gave us like 3. What the hell?
I'm getting ready. Hold on. I told y'all I'm multitasking. So I don't have everything on top of my head. That nigga don't really do too many features, honestly. That I like.
Whose man is this now, boy?
what I'm saying. I don't like too many of his features. I like his full songs or songs that he has people featured on.
Should have made that clear before we started. I'm talking shit.
It has been clear. Clear as day.
Clearly not, because we still ain't landed yet.
I ain't got no land. I stay in the air. Come back to me. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm still getting ready.
All right, Mr. Buggin.
Under the sun, all I want is you. Down bad. Yeah, I'm stuck after that.
Wow.
Y'all niggas say shit.
Hey, look, I gave you 3 clips.
He did give us 3
I don't know what he was doing.
All right, give me off these Bob Lobo, Out of Sight, Out of Mind, and give me Pretty Little Fears, and let's see, that first verse on Come Through and Chill.
All right, I got something for y'all niggas.
Off these and Bob Lobo, okay. Well, you completed my 5. I appreciate you.
I give you something right now. First of all, my boy.
Yeah. I ain't forget about that one. I know somebody was gonna say it. Go ahead.
Green Ranger.
Okay. You funny for that one. Go ahead.
Say that first one, cold.
It was.
I give you Can't Knock the Hustle.
Okay.
I give you, just off of principle, I give you All I Want Is You, but honestly, if I'm being completely honest with y'all, rather be Wale and Currency.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cold faces. And then last but not least at all is Bob Lobo.
Okay.
And a special mention to the family and loyalty joint, because
oh shit, we doing honorable mentions. Shit, I'm picking Legendary from Joey Badass album.
Honorable mentions. Oh wow, you know, technically that was just a single song.
Right. Shit. Give me a lot verse too, as an honorable mention.
Trippy. My bad. Oh yeah, Night Job. I forgot about Night Job. Damn AirPod died. That's out of bitch. Everything off was dying in this house. iPhone be dying, iPad be dying, AirPods be dying.
When has my iPad ever died?
Motherfucker done failed you on numerous occasions.
Whatever. Hold on, put a switch on.
Because you're looking like that.
Had to switch over. I gotta get in mobile mode. But Green Ranger. I'm sorry, I forgot.
You gave me your 5, nigga. Like
I didn't give us your 5. I technically gave y'all 3 because y'all was complaining about the 3. Remember? I remember.
Yeah. That nigga got his jeans with the holes in them on. He got his hoodie on. He got his glasses on.
Because when I'm moving around or I'm running late for something, I get discombobulated and be forgetting what I had my first train of thought on. Don't forget your wallet, man.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I just grabbed, too.
Damn.
I forgot while I was at work the other day, boy. Apple Pay ain't never come in that clutch. Oh, fuck. When you got pulled over, you was fucked. You know that, right? Now I gotta spend. I would have been messed up all around. I ain't got a new sticker yet. Oh shit! But I got a spare ID in my car. I always tell the DMV you lost your ID, so you can get another ID. You got a spare ID, and that has a different expiration date. Say you $5 instead of $30.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think we can cut it off here.
all right, cool.